you.
Yo guys, welcome to joelwebsites.com. Okay, so this is Joel here. I'm going to show you the part 2 where I create the web service using PHP. So this is a JSON web service where I'm going to create a product grid using this JSON web service. Okay, so in the previous video I've linked it down in the description. So over there I've shown you the basic file structure for creating this type of application. Okay, it's a really simple application. So guys, I'm going to show you what files I had created in the previous video, and I'm going to start the XAMPP server. Okay, so the XAMPP server is starting right now. I'm just clicking on start. Okay, so this will help you start the XAMPP server. Now I'm going to open my folder where I've saved all the files for the project. So I'm going to my XAMPP folder. I'm going to htdocs, and here's the login, the JSON web service tutorial. Okay, I've named it as JSON web service. Okay, so in case you don't know, you want to look at how I created this JSON web service folder, you can check the previous video, that is a part 1, and get the full information. So my web server, I started the MySQL. So let me click on admin. I want to show you the database that I had created before. Okay, so I had created a Joel test database where there was a products folder, there was a products table. Okay, so here you see products, and I had entered some 5 values in the previous video. I'll just open the HTML document and show you exactly how the file looks. Okay, so you get a better idea. So we had created a JS file and we had created an HTML document in the previous video. I'm opening it using Chrome. So this is what was there in the previous video. Okay, what we had done. So let me open the file using brackets. The file has opened. So what we got to do is we got to insert some images. We got to insert some images instead of these numbers. So let us try putting the image tag. Okay, so here is the carousel. This is the ng repeat. Let me see where exactly is the ng repeat. Here is the ng repeat. So what we got to do is we need to put in our images inside the ng repeat. Okay, so let me put in my first image tag. For the image tag you need to put in some source tag too. Okay, source attribute src. Okay, so I'm going to set some source image. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Google Images and I'm going to search for some image. So I'm going to take this image. I'm going to take a lighter image. Say, let's say some this Beats headset image. So I'm going to right click on it after it's loaded. I'm going to right click and then save. I'm going to click on copy image address. Okay, so let us paste the address over here inside the source tag. Let us try refreshing the page and see what happens. So here I go refreshing the page. So you see that the image is a bit cropped. Okay, what you got to do is you got to select some other image because this image is not showing properly. So I'm going to go for a small size image. Okay, what you can do is you can type in the height and the width attribute. Okay, so there's no need to find the smaller image. So I'm going to type in height equal to 10 pixels because we just need a small image. Okay, so that's the reason why. And width again 10 pixels. So now let us see what happens if we refresh the page. I hope there is some smaller images. Okay, the images are way too small now. So I'm going to put in some 100 pixels so that it's 10 times larger. I'm saving and going to refresh. So you see that there is a product grid created, but this data is not coming from the JSON web service. I'll show you exactly how to get it done. Okay, so to create the JSON file, the JSON web service, okay, not the file, I'm just going to set up the PHP files. Okay, so what you got to do is go to the web service folder and now go to the config.php file. I'm going to open it and I'm going to paste the code, okay, which I had created in the previous examples. I am going to copy paste the code for connecting to the database along with this that I had created in the previous example. So I'm not going to type the entire thing. I'm just going to copy paste, okay, what I had created in the previous JSON web service examples. They are linked and listed down in the description if you want to check those videos out. So I'm going to copy and paste it in my config file. So here I'm removing this extra PHP tag. Okay, so the file seems to be okay now. This is our config file. Okay. Next step is to check the select statement. Okay. So guys, I'm just making sure whether the database name is the same. So my database name is Joel Test. So let us see if the database name is Joel Test. No, it's not. So I'm typing in Joel Test. Okay. So you just need to make sure that the database name is correct and so on. So let me try opening the database connection file and see if there are any errors or anything as such. So I'm going to go to my localhost, and I'm going to go to the folder JSON Web Services to ensure that I'm typing the correct spelling. I'm just going to copy paste this in. So let us press enter and see if we get the folder correctly. So I'm clicking on the config file. Okay, so it doesn't seem that as if there is any error. So it seems that the connection was successful. So guys, now I'm going to go to my other file. Okay, that is the web service file. So let me go back to the web service file, that is web service.php. So I'm opening the web service.php file in brackets. So here I will open it now. So we got to type in some code over here. Okay, so first of all I will type in include, and I'm going to type in the config file. Okay, because we have to include the config file for database connection. Next step is that I'm going to turn on error reporting. So I'm just going to turn it to e underscore all, and we have to put this wave symbol e underscore notice, and I'm putting the colon. Okay guys, so we just basically need to put in some select statement. Okay, so you can use any select statement that of your choice. You can, I'm not going to waste time on the syntax because I think I don't want to waste time on this showing you the syntax and everything. I'm just want to focus on showing you the product grid. So the thing is that you need to put in a SQL statement. So I'm just going to paste in my select statement over here. Okay guys, so I pasted in my SQL statement. Okay, so here you see that the SQL statement is pasted. I'm just putting the closing tag for the if loop. So this part is just a select statement. Okay, so basically it will just return the rows from the database, whatever is saved in the database. So in our case, the database name is the database name is let us check exactly. So the database name is products. So we will go and type in products. Okay, products. So now what this extract R will do is that it will retrieve. You can use whatever columns are retrieved as variables directly. So what we'll do is that we are going to create an array. So to echo the JSON, where whatever JSON data, we got to create an array. Okay, so I'm going to show you how the array is created. So what I'm just typing in the results PHP variable. So I'm going to make it as type array. Okay, so I'm typing in array and I'm going to put the function. Okay, so we are just defining an array just for in case the variable is null, so we don't get undefined variables and all that. So I'm just defining it. Okay, so the next thing is that I'm going to pass the values in the array. So I'm going to type in $result. Okay, is equal. I'm going to put a square bracket because this will help me accomplish the JSON format, and equal to array. So I'm going to just type in all the values that I need to pass. Okay, so I'm just showing you how it's done. So I'm going to show you very slowly so that you understand it fully. So let us see what columns we have. So we have ID, name, image and price. So I got to type in ID first because ID is the first column and I want that value. So ID, name. So what I'm going to do in brackets is that I'm going to highlight this part and press Ctrl D, so it makes code typing much faster. So I'm going to rename this to name now, and I'm going to rename this to name. So I'm going to pass the name variable in the name array. Okay, got it? I hope you're getting it. So the other parameters are price, and the last one is image. Just see that I haven't, make sure that you're not putting the comma over here. Okay, you also need to make sure that the array you're passing in the values from the results are inside the while loop or whatever for loop. It depends on your SQL query, but you have to ensure that it is inside the loop so that multiple values are automatically inserted in the array. Okay, I'm just going to put an else statement to just in case the UID value is not passed properly. So I'm just going to put a message that it's not passed properly. So I'm going to define a JSON variable. Okay, over here. So what we are going to do is in the end we are going to pass all the results into the JSON array. Okay, so let me complete this one before I write the else statement. So let me go and type in $JSON is equal to $result. Okay, so the value is being getting set by the value result, whatever is getting stored in the result. Just see that this thing is outside the, make sure it is outside the while loop. So this is the while loop and outside the while loop. Okay, so basically what happens is that the while loop will iterate the values and then finally we'll get a results variable in the JSON. Okay, the value of result will be stored in JSON and then we will happily echo it out. Okay, so we got to type in a similar code in the else statement. This is just for to make sure that the values are being passed. If you're supposing if you're passing a value, this thing is not necessary, this if else loop that I've made. Okay, you can just directly call the JSON. So I'm going to name this as JSON, and I'm putting status as 0. And over here I'm going to pass the status as 1, because in my application then it will help me know whether the value was passed, whether the query was a success or no. Okay. Okay, so now once we have created the success statement successfully, we just need to type in this code, okay, which will output the JSON. Okay, it will just echo the JSON. So I'm going to show it to you clearly. This is the code, okay. So header content type application JSON. So this is the code that will echo the output. So whatever is being stored in this variable is ultimately going to be echoed out. So results is being stored in JSON, and JSON is going to be echoed out. Okay, so I'm going to save this file, and now let's see what happens, okay, when we try to run this page. So I'm opening my browser once again, and let me open the JSON web service file. We should get UID status equal to 0, right? So just make sure you are putting a square bracket. See, now I'll show you exactly what happens if you put a square thing. So now you see that there's some two curly brackets, okay. So once you put the square thing on it, the square array, I don't know what it is called, but it is square brackets according to me. So I'm going to refresh this page and I'll get the same error. But now you see that there are square brackets. Okay, so this will help you get the data in whatever your JS application may be. Okay, so just I'm just going to type in some UID. So I'm getting the value of UID using get. Okay, so I'm just putting this UID to demonstrate how you can pass extra variables to this. Okay, so if you have a select statement, you can type in where, or you can pass a variable and put in a where clause in your select statement, so it will help you get specific values. Okay, so this I'm just putting for namesake for now, but I'm giving you ideas so that you get more data or specific data in your applications. So here you see this is some JSON code, okay. This is some special JSON code that was generated for my application. So if you want to read this code, I don't see this code is like escaped. Okay, the forward slashes are escaped, okay. So in case you want to read this code, you might go to JSON reader on Google. So you'll get an online JSON viewer, okay. So what you got to do is just type in, you got to copy paste this JSON. Now see, let's say this is our JSON. I'm just copy pasting it in a JSON viewer, and so in the viewer you should get the available JSON. Okay, so you see that the ID is 1, product 1. So we are getting it in proper JSON format. Okay, so stay happy guys, because I'm not fooling you around. This is officially JSON data. So thank you guys for watching this video. Because this video is getting too long, I'm going to create a part 3 for the video, where I'm going to show you how the values will be populated in the product grid. Okay, so stay tuned guys and keep watching. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe if you haven't. If you like this video, give this video a thumbs up. Bye bye guys, and take care.